How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, and it's time for another video. I know it's a little bit late because I had to charge the battery, but let's get on with the show, shall we? Now, as you can probably tell by the title, today's video is going to be about the competition that has recently emerged to counter YouTube due to the whole thing about advertisements, the censorship, stuff like that. And how essentially these platforms, if they're going to compete with YouTube, are going to have to sort out some glaring errors that they have with their platforms. They're going to have to get to work and really sort out those issues and then try and make themselves out to be viable platforms. I mean, not for the little guys. For the little guys, these platforms are fine. These people aren't really looking for anything other than to put their content out there for the world to see. But for big guys, or the medium-sized guys who are out there with big audiences, VidMe, Minds, to a lesser extent Gab, BitChute even, they're going to have to come up with something that would appeal to these people. I mean, at the moment, YouTube still has, despite the censorship, despite the adpocalypse and the demonetization, limited state and all that, no, they still have the best technical platform. Like, it's still the best thing to upload videos onto, even though they constantly try their best to make it worse. For some reason, they're not as bad as places like VidMe and BitChute. So let's start off with the proper video platforms. So we've got VidMe and we have BitChute. Now, VidMe at the moment is the bigger platform. Essentially, it is as close to YouTube as we can get to YouTube at the moment. But there's some issues, but most of it's due to the fact that they're still very much in development. They've not got all the things that they want to do in working order. So I guess you can kind of excuse it. But when they're already being touted as a replacement, as competition, they really don't have much to threaten YouTube or even to appeal to people who have got more than, say, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers. I mean, yes, we've got people like Competing Forever on there and Sticks, X and Hammer, but they're only a few people. I mean, we've seen people like YMS and a few others, but in his line of work, with the copyright shit he probably has to deal with, VidMe is probably a viable option. He's about the biggest that I've seen. But with the PewDiePies of the world and all those other people that are out there in the mainstream YouTube, why would they look at VidMe and go, yeah, that's a viable platform. I can make money off that. Because the beta for ad revenue, the subscription things, which is very much like Twitch, it's sort of a Twitch-YouTube hybrid, they're not really worth it, are they? Most of the audience is still very much going to watch him on YouTube because they'll take one look at VidMe and go, that's not as good as YouTube. And they will take one look at it and go, it's not good. It's not got streaming, which a lot of those YouTubers do. It doesn't have ad revenue working at all. I've entered into the beta and I've yet to see anything. I'm not complaining about making money or anything. I'm just saying, for something that's meant to be a beta, it's not really working. But I don't know, maybe that's just me, my experience. Another thing is with VidMe is that they don't really guarantee that you might be ad friendly. They are almost like YouTube, especially if you take a look at, it's either Rule 2 or Rule 3, when they mention things about like attacking religion, ethnicity, stuff like that. It just seems to me that that particular rule is very vague, much like YouTube's terms of service. At least the other rules are not, but that one is. And I can see with good reason why they would want to make it vague. But again, this is supposed to be the next competition, the next YouTube. But it really doesn't bode well. And especially when they weren't happy with a lot of the new people coming over from YouTube, such as the shitlords, especially, being on their front page all the time. And they want, like, essentially what YouTube want, cat videos and people who aren't in any way edgy whatsoever on that front page more than us. I mean, I can understand their opinion, but it's not fair that they would want to change that. Like, shouldn't they just let it naturally go the way it is? But then, I don't know, it's not good for your platform when you're getting alt-right people on there, even though most of it wasn't alt-right people, but whatever. And then we have BitChute, and I've had an annoying experience with BitChute. And I've had sort of similar issues with VidMe, but it fixed itself anyway. I had processing issues with the last video. I guess that's the one with the most potential because it does have that Wild West attitude. It has the old attitude of YouTube. VidMe apparently has that, but I've not seen that from the creators. Yeah, they got a good sense of humour when they trolled Keemstar, but other than that, they don't. BitChute is the one with the most potential apparently because it uses torrents. So there's no real danger of them ever losing out to censorship, potentially, but we don't know. There's something about using that technology that gives them an edge over YouTube, but I'm not well versed to really describe that, so if somebody in the comments knows about that, please do tell me. The layout is horrible. In fact, a lot of these websites that I'm going to talk about, their layouts are horrible. VidMe is probably the most user-friendly, definitely. BitChute is confusing. and they didn't seem to explain it to me unless I missed the instructions because I don't read, I just want to do things for myself. But it should be blatantly obvious what you need to do without having to read the instructions. The upload button should be there, you upload it, your video's out. That didn't happen for ages. I'd uploaded the video and it was unpublished, and I continued to see it unpublished and everything was greyed out. I didn't know what to do, it wouldn't let me do it. And then one day I decided I've got to ask BitChute. Now apparently they're very quick when it comes to customer service. I've never got them to talk to me, ever. I don't know if it's time zones, I don't know if it's anything like that. Apparently not very quick when it came to me, so that's not very good customer service when your reputation is one of speed, but I don't know. And then it turns out, and I accidentally stumbled upon this, and nobody told me, for some reason, people on BitChute never told me, you have to publish your account. It's a strange setup, like, you have your account and it has its name, then it has these digits that are also its name. You have to publish your account in order to publish a video. And even then, it takes forever to process the videos. I've waited hours for VidMe and BitChute to process when it shouldn't take hours. It just shouldn't. I guess with being torrent-based, that might be to the detriment of BitChute because it depends how many seeds you have. It seems to me that I only seem to get 3 or 4, but again, I don't know how it works with video content. I only know how it works with, well, torrenting. The more seats I get, the more popular it is, or the faster it uploads. I don't bloody know. The layout was confusing. It wasn't very nice. It was clunky. And to be honest, what makes me want to use that? It makes me not want to use it because I've had these issues, and then apparently they weren't as quick as they said they were. And then there's minds.com and gab.ai and a few others, but we're going to talk about those two. Gab is the best one of the bunch. It's kind of like Twitter in many ways, although I once found out that they have a dislike button, but it's only available on the mobile version, and even then it doesn't work properly. It's not there at all on the PC version, which doesn't make any sense, but I don't know, maybe they're still rolling it out, but it's a dislike button, it shouldn't take that long. Other than that, it's got a higher word count, it's definitely much more user-friendly than Twitter is. However, it's very much an echo chamber. I mean, slowly but surely, different people are going on there, but there's not a lot of them. It's mostly just conservatives, and that's boring to me. I want to talk to everybody I could possibly imagine. And again, as much as Twitter wants to kill itself and censor everybody and shadow ban and permaban whoever they want, at the same time, it's that audience. You can still talk to these people if they don't block you. You've still got endless shit posting potential. Well, with gab.ai, you really don't. There's really nothing there. And minds.com also shares that problem. It's very much a particular audience there at the moment, and the danger is it's going to become an echo chamber. I mean, eventually Twitter's going to go down that route anyway, but it'll be a bunch of bots, so who cares? Minds has the worst platform, definitely. It has the worst layout. Basically, it relies on boosts. To me, it doesn't seem to know what it wants to be. Does it want to be Twitter or does it want to be YouTube? Because you can host videos on there. But then you can also do Twitter-like stuff. Then you can boost stuff like Facebook. And it's like, you need to figure out what you're going to do. And as you've heard Louis Laveau says, they've not fixed what they want to fix. The layout's still clunky. The user base isn't really growing as much as it should, despite the amount of shilling that its proponents are doing. It's just, what is there to gain from Minds, honestly? Apart from people can see my posts. Now maybe this is just a really cynical look on the competition. It's not even competition to Twitter and Google and YouTube. It really isn't. Maybe this is just a really cynical look, but they just don't have what YouTube and all the others have. But if they continue like Minds to not fix the problems, to streamline their platform, to make it more viable, if they don't try and pick up the pace and roll out content and features like VidMe and BitChute should do, YouTube's still going to be there and it's still going to have that monopoly. And then let's not forget this. As many people have mentioned, they're going to be cracked down upon by these big corporations and the media specifically, because as soon as they get a whiff of them becoming anything like a threat, they're going to be hounded by the media and they're going to be accused of everything from being Nazi echo chambers to a hotbed of degenerate bloody right-wing politics and misogyny and anything you can possibly imagine. They're going to slander these companies until they can no longer stay afloat. Or they themselves have to do what YouTube did and censor. And with VidMe, I can see that happening. VidMe, to me, has shown a few signs where they could go the YouTube route. BitChute probably won't, because it seems to me that they're very much in that 4chan kind of free internet mold. So the only way that they could go down is if the media just ends up shutting all traffic to them because people don't want to go there because of the reputation. Then they sink, they can't afford it. At the end of the day, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate on the future. All I'm gonna say is right now, they're not really viable alternatives. They're just places to upload so that you don't get censored and people can see videos if they want to, if they're not in your feed. There's really nothing yet that they offer that YouTube already doesn't give me, because I'm a consumer, all right? I am consuming these products, and to me, YouTube still has the better product in terms of the technical aspects of it. They offer more, even though I really shouldn't be on here for very long because they don't quite like my content. Maybe in 5 years' time, these companies will become the big thing, and that's where we'll all be headed. I don't know. This is just my thoughts, and until next time, I'll see you all later.